Hola amigos y amigas, I am Leila, also known as Ms. Bohemia, and as you can see, I'm not in my usual surroundings. We are in Georgia. We being me and my friend Rumi and Skate's sister Liz, and we're playing hair, given that she's a fellow curly or wavy, but I think curly-ish. And so we have some time on our hands before we head out into our skate adventures, so we figured we'd play with her hair, and I'm gonna do her hair with none other than Soultanicals. We're trying to see if the regimen I use on my hair is going to be helpful with Liz's hair. Does your hair get wet fast when you put water on it?
Yeah.
So that's a sign of high porosity hair, which is also what I thought. Liz said she's experiencing brittleness with her hair, and from what she described to me in her regimen, my guess would be that it's just very dry, and so it just needs to have a protein moisture balance, mainly focusing on giving it moisture in a routine that'll bring hopefully her curls to life while leaving the hair hydrated. So we're going to do the lock method, which, as you know if you follow my channel, is what I live by. LOC, lock. L is liquid or leave-in. O is oil. C is cream. So I'm just sectioning your hair so that I can get it properly wet, and then I'll show you the products that I use. The main thing is I section it, get it wet, and then put the leave-in properly into the sections, and then for the rest I don't keep it sectioned. But yeah, it's drying super fast too, so then when the hair gets wet very fast and dries super fast, it's a sign that your hair is high porosity. High porosity basically means that your cuticles are more prone to being open, so then it's very easy for moisture to go in, but at the same time it escapes really fast. Which is why the lock method is helpful, because it's a way of packing the moisture in. So people who have low porosity hair, it's very hard to get the moisture into the hair, but once it's in the hair, it stays in the hair. It does feel soft though, so that's a good sign, but it does have some dryness to it. Soultanicals has a wide variety of amazing leave-ins, and normally my usual is the knot sauce, but I ran out of knot sauce, so I have the, oh my god, I brought the wrong one. I brought my co-wash. Oh no. I have to find a Sally Beauty. Okay, we can still do it. Apparently I grabbed the product when I didn't have my damn glasses, and I was gonna bring the Frizz Whiz leave-in, and I brought the Frizz Whiz co-wash. So instead of doing a full lock method going in with a leave-in, oil, and cream, we are gonna kind of do a little bit of cream, oil, and cream, which is still fine. As long as the hair is saturated, we can achieve the same effect. Oh my goodness. But normally a cream tends to be thicker than a leave-in, and what it does is that it helps seal the leave-in and the oil that's beneath it. So I'm going to go in with very little, especially because I don't want to weigh her hair down, and as long as I feel that it's getting the moisture in, that's fine. Also because the hair is quite wet, and if it's going to dilute the product, it's not going to be overkill for the hair. But see that sound? That's what you want to hear. And then you want to scrunch the hair. People with very curly hair, kinky coily hair, don't scrunch. You do the praying hands method. But then those with waves or looser curls, scrunching is helpful. So this is a good sign. I'm gonna overwhelm the hair right now with the cream. That's pretty much just like a thicker leave-in, so we should be okay.
I do have my curl cream, but that's probably not something you want to use.
That's a styler, I would think.
Yeah, I think it's more of a styler.
Yeah, and I have that styler here too. A lot of times, you know, it's just a matter of trying. My main thing is just having a good moisture base that your hair does well with. And the way you know is that, does it still allow your hair to get the ultimate curl or wave that it has when you use the styler? And then does it still feel soft? Because like sometimes when stylers are overpowering, they feel too gunky on the hair, or they weigh it down, or something just feels off. And I would just say that's how you know, because sometimes, you know, a styler that may not work for you might work wonderful for someone else. And it just depends also on the texture of the hair, whether someone has thicker hair, someone has thinner hair, how it's gonna react. I can say that your hair just does feel a little dry though. It's like I want to be careful when I run my fingers through it, because I feel it. I do get strands coming out, but I do see it taking some shape and finding its curl clump. Like your hair, all I would say does need a proper trim and shaping and layers, because then once you get layers, it'll bring it to life, like the full potential of your hair.
Yeah, I have to go to your lady.
My favorite oil in the world is the Kink Intense Moisture Sealant by Soultanicals. The scent is amazing. They call it caramel butter flavor. let's say it's a leave-in. It's kind of a leave-in, just like with the cream today. Then you go in with an oil to seal it. You can use jojoba oil, which you can buy at a great deal at Trader Joe's. And jojoba is the oil that best mimics the natural sebum. Sometimes it's a matter of experimenting with sealing oils. Jojoba is pretty light. You can do black Jamaican castor oil. That one's heavier, and that's also a great sealing oil. And then this one is a mix of oils. I looked at the oils out of curiosity after seeing Curly Chemistry video on oils, and right on, the mixture is amazing and it's worked great for me, and I think it'll work great for you too because it's in the light end of things. It's not super heavy and overpowering, and you don't need too much. You can just go on with like something like that. Smell it.
Smell it. Oh wow.
Isn't it amazing? I don't know if you like it, but I'm like obsessed with the scent of caramel. If you don't mind, like flip over, because I think I can coat your hair better like that. Yeah, that shows that your hair has a moisture in it. You know, because right now I've packed it with water. Water is like the best thing you can do for your hair, but not in the sense that keep it wet all the time, because then it can lead to hygrofatigue, and that's a whole other set of problems. But like when you're moisturizing, to have a good base of water and then add in the other products for deeper moisture into the hair and sealing the moisture into the hair is key. And so then I'm going to go back with a cream as a cream, but I'm not going to go in with too much. I'm not heavy-handed. I'm pretty heavy-handed with me, but I don't want to weigh your hair down. We have different types of hair, so like I'm probably going to do an extra thing like that all over your hair. Spread it into the palms, and if you don't mind flipping over again.
Yeah, you say my hair dries fast, and that may be true for the ends, but the kitchen dries so slow. I usually don't
back up.
blow dry my hair, but I blow dry the kitchen.
You mean the roots?
Like the back right here.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean like your whole head is going to dry super fast, but for the most part, like my daughter's hair, for example, is not high porosity and it stays wet. Sometimes she sleeps with it and the next morning it's still wet, but high porosity hair, for the most part, crucial parts of it start to dry up and frizz up fast, especially if you don't have product in it.
The frizz up fast sounds true.
Yeah. And also the frizzing up is if you don't have a good moisture base, you're gonna have more frizz. Frizz is always gonna be a part of textured hair, but how much frizz also depends on what you're putting in it. So then as a styler, we will be using another Soultanicals classic, the Can't Believe It's Not Butta. This is what it looks like. And this is a styling cream, which is also gonna add moisture to your hair.
Okay.
So the difference too is with the styling cream is they're always gonna have some kind of stick element to them, which is what makes it kick the texture in and kind of hold it. So I'm going in a little more with this so that your hair can get
down
that
or up?
Yeah, down please. And then we'll come back up and I'll continue. So the very last step is a quick step. This is Chi Silk Infusion. They call it a leave-in, but it's also a thermal protector. So to make sure we don't give any heat damage, don't go with too much.
Okay.
One more time.
Okay, so we did the leave-in, but a substitute, and the oil and the cream. And now this is to protect it from the hairdryer?
Yeah, so we did leave-in, oil cream, and a styler. And then this is a heat protector, yeah. So just to give your hair that extra thing so that it doesn't get heat damage. And it shouldn't really, because we're going in with a diffuser. You can come back up. Don't ever go in with like direct heat on the hair. Straightening irons, things like that are a huge no-no. I mean, people still use them, and a whole other regimen of how to do it as safely as possible. I don't think you do that, do you, to your hair?
Yeah, no, like I said, I mostly don't even use a hairdryer. I just use it back here.
So everything has been applied into the hair. We're going to diffuse, and the verdict is... And here are the results, but we're going to give it like a finishing touch. So normally with my routine, I use the Get Up, Stand Up Ayurvedic oil. For me, I use it in my fingertips to massage the scalp, but we're not going to do that for you. And so this is the Brooklyn Floss Gloss Boss, and I use it as a final sealer. Like even the sealing oil that you use in the LOC method, you can use as your final sealer, but because I'm addicted to Soultanicals and I buy like everything under the sun, I'm like, I might as well have a use for the oil. So then I just kind of put a little, coat my palms, and then kind of go through the hair. Gives like a final seal. I'm not heavy-handed with yours. When the hair is dry, if you feel any areas need like extra separating or clumping or fluffing, and you can hand fluff to give it like proper volume and like final distribution, finishing touches with the oil, because that way it helps not proliferate the frizz that we are prone to having. Okay, so now come upside down so that you give it like a proper fluffing. Because since you've been upside down to diffusing, a lot of times like kind of the hair gets stuck one way, so you kind of want to give it mobility too, so that when you go back it has volume, but it's not stuck creating like an openness here in the back. Come back up. Okay, so let's go in here, see your reaction, and then we'll come out and show the camera what you think. You have to close the door. Close the door because you're not seeing the proper.
Oh my god.
You like
What?
it?
Yes, I love it.
So then,
It looks amazing.
yeah, let's get your reaction.
Defined curls. That's what I always want is defined curls.
So I want your reaction.
Oh my god.
Is it a hit? So then,
My
honestly,
curls, you can see my curls.
see how much is kicking in with your
Wow.
hair not having the cut that it needs for it to like really spring into life. And then once you get the proper layers, it's really gonna allow the hair to really come to life as it needs to and kind of find its voice.
Yeah.
You know, when you get a cut that's not bringing out the shape of your hair and you have ends that kind of need to go, it weighs it down.
Yeah.
So for way down here, this looks amazing.
Oh my god.
And it basically, it's an indication of how thirsty your hair's been, that's all.
Yeah.
Thirsty hair. The before and after.
Wow. So that's
it.
Hey! Oh my god! Thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh my god. All right, I'll let you do your final.
Okay. So if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.
This looks amazing.